Hey everybody, welcome back to Cruise Ship Manager. Hope you're having a great day today, because today we're gonna finally get some progression, all right? I want a bigger ship. I wanna get one of the bigger boats. All right, now I've noticed in Athens, okay, this is where we are now, that because we've already established that these rooms here are where you can buy, right? It's not about what the people will want, it's where you can buy here. The available ships is the same thing. So if I go to build mode for right now, and I click on upgrade ship, I have the ability to get this medium ship. This is only available in Athens. You have to do these types of things in certain ports as well. You can't just do them whenever you want. And this price is misleading. I don't know why they decided to place 15,000 here, but it's absolutely going to cost more than this. And I'll show you that in this video. Because as soon as I realized that, I went, what? You lied to me, and then I've reloaded and I've started recording again, okay? Full disclosure, that's what happens. So this number is completely false. Otherwise, I'd click it right now and I'd show you. But basically, if I click this button, I'm gonna have like 2 grand left, all right? This is gonna cost more than 20 grand. I have no idea why. You should probably list what the price is. So in this video, like I said, we're gonna get some progression. What does that mean? Well, let's take a look at something really quick. If we go to Cagliari over here, you'll notice the special rooms. There's restaurant, men's and women's restrooms, gym, and an elevator. I have been annoyed by the size of these stairs. It's just like, there's so much room here. And like, you can't stack them on top of each other. You got to have them in different spots. And it's just, ugh. I want to change this out. And I think having elevators is going to solve a little bit of that. At least a couple of elevators, so that I can maybe get some extra room, because I would very much like to also get the fitness room, which is available in Athens. So we have to come back to Athens and get it. So here's what I'd like to do. We're gonna head over to, I think, Cagliari. Although, if I can go to Monaco, that's a really tough goal. We're not doing that. Let's go to Cagliari here. We're gonna see about grabbing those elevators, all right? And then we're gonna head maybe to Monaco, maybe to Barcelona, and then back. Okay, so we're gonna be going around a little bit, trying to make some money so that we can come back to Athens, upgrade our ship, and get the fitness room. Okay, we're gonna probably do both of those things today. So in order to do that, while I'm already in Athens, as I am, we need fuel. Lots and lots of fuel. It's the cheapest here than anywhere else. So I'm gonna go big on this, and I'm gonna grab 80,000 units of fuel right here in this port. We are going to be gone a while, so we're going to stock up there. Now provisions are, I think, good at 28.40. I don't believe we'll need any, but provisions aren't that expensive, and Messina is much closer than Athens. So if we look like we're kind of getting low on provisions, we'll make a route to Messina, and then we'll come back to Athens from there. Okay, so I think the first trip is going to be to Cagliari. I think that's getting good. We have 250 as our recommended price. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, of course, build mode. There's not really a whole lot here, although it's getting harder to manage the ship, to be honest. And I think it would be a good idea to get another crew cabin. There's just nowhere I can put it. All right, so like, I can't put it anywhere. I can't get anyone unless I take away some of my my passenger cabins, and I don't want to do that. So when we get our elevators in, one of the other things we're going to do once we can save space on one of these stairs, I probably will only eliminate one stair. Because elevators mean waiting, right? People have to wait for the elevators to get to them. And I'm pretty sure that elevator is not going to have multiple doors. So that means if people need to go down, but the elevator's on its way up, see what I'm saying? So probably only going to replace one staircase with this, at least until we get a bigger ship, and maybe I can have like 2 elevators side by side or something. It might be better. Okay, so that being said, we're not going to change our crew. Everything is good there. Let's go to the tickets. And I don't know if we can get without advertising, but I'm gonna try it 100% without advertising. Let's just take a look and see what happens. And they'll actually go ahead and do this. It is a much more exotic destination. I just have no idea whether or not we can actually hit the goals on what people are expecting, right? Because we don't have a lot of services, and people get bored if they have to do the same services over and over again. So we need to get other things in our ship. That's the big thing, okay? So with 88,000 units of fuel and almost 3,000 provisions, we're ready to go to Cagliari. I would think we're ready to go very, very easily to get there. And I'm hoping anyway that this leads to us being able to get to like 4 or 5 different destinations over here before having to refuel is what I'm hoping. So real quick, let's take a look at Diana's already kind of tired, so I'm going to put her on the janitor's closet, I think, until she's ready to go back into being a cook. Enrique is my all-star service provider. So Stefano, I'm going to have you go and be a cook in here. I think that's pretty good. Is Karen my captain? No, Antoinette's my captain. Okay, these two swap back and forth to being captain all the time. So it's important to have Karen working in the diner, Antoinette working in the bridge, and then when it comes time to swap them, it's just a really easy swap. And, you know, minimal time spent with maximum fuel draw, basically. All right, assigning rooms. I'm finding better luck assigning rooms for patrol near staircases and stuff. So I'm actually going to do something like this instead. Have you patrol everything on a certain floor. I think actually keeping you on a floor might be better, and then having you moved up. I can also have some of the kitchen staff handle these rooms. Why don't I just go ahead and do that? And we'll put these rooms back on your schedule instead. Yeah, so we'll have some other staff handling the other rooms. Now, at the moment, our service is going to be very busy. So the person who is the janitor at the moment, that's Diana. She is going to have to handle that mess upstairs. But after that, though, I'm going to have my cooks and stuff come over and just fix and clean these areas. Probably this room, too. Janitor patrols can be kind of over in the places that are a little harder to reach. And then while you're there, why don't you just go ahead and clean this room? Because you should be doing this anyway, but just making sure you're doing it, okay? And then also we can clean this one. Yeah, oh, that's fine. Since you're already here, it's okay. Okay, we'll make sure you do that. So the red rooms are taken care of now. Excellent. We'll have Diana focus on this room really quick, and then we'll also take care of these ones, and then we'll just have a patrol at the bottom. That's probably fine. I feel like it's an easier game, micromanagement-wise, when you take care of everything on a certain floor all at once, bang, 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 and then you just let them auto-patrol the other floors below. But, I mean, there's a lot of stuff to do, so you can't just... you can't just have them take care of everything and have nothing to do, right? The micromanagement will always be a part of this game, I feel. It's just until they make the janitor more effective, this is what the game is, essentially, for cruises. All right, and you guys don't need to see all that. So I'll be bringing people toilet paper and putting out fires and cleaning beds and fixing beds. And I'll see you guys in the port. Okay, this is getting much harder to manage. I really, really want more crew members because getting people moving around and just making sure everybody can get to everywhere and swapping people around is it's a chore right now. There's just not... I'm really hamstringed. I think one more crew cabin, at the bare minimum, one more employee would be very helpful, I think, because it's... Yeah, people are definitely having a hard time keeping up their energy. That used 6,800 fuel. It's pretty nice. So we have 81,000 left. Lots of places we can go before we have to get more provisions and stuff. I like it. We're down to 2,300 anyway. And so at this location, we can get the elevator. Let's go ahead and go to the build mode. And what I'd like to see is our ability to sell the stairs. Okay, now, how does this work? Go to utilities, elevator. 3,750 is a pretty good price. And if we were to place this, I almost feel like placing them right here would be good, but it's got to be, yeah, so they're going to have to be right next to each other, you know? Like, they have to be directly above, otherwise, like, how's the elevator getting there, right? So they're going to have to be like this. Because I'm willing to bet you if I move this, oh yeah, yep. So they have to be in a row. So we have 2 elevators here. That gives me a little bit of extra room and not enough to do anything meaningful at the moment, unless I got to juggle things around, which, I mean, I guess I could try that. So if I moved, well, it's not really a good way to move around, is there? There's not a lot I could do here. What about, I still want these 2 rooms really close to each other. So this is where I want the elevators. It's not saving me any room with just having one. I'm gonna have to get rid of both. if I get rid of both, like the stairs are cheaper, right? Like quite a bit cheaper. But I'm just thinking out loud here. What if I had 2 rows of elevators here? It would effectively take up... Yeah, I think that's probably better to do 2 rows of elevators instead. Because I feel like there's going to be a lot of waiting around, right? But if I was to go something like this... And I know I said I wanted both of these together, but I think I have to do it more like this. Oh, right. And if I do this, then I have to... Yeah. Because that staircase is gone now. All right, tell you what, we'll go 1 elevator here. That at least gives us access, but it doesn't take up a ton of room on every floor. And in fact, I think it might be better to do it something like this, just to get that restaurant closer. So everyone who wants to go to the restaurant will come up here, but if you want to come between these floors, there's multiple ways to do that. And then getting access to the pub is still the stairs down here. I think that's going to have to work. It's going to have to be doable. We're going to slide the pub all the way over and then get the crew quarters in nearby as close as we can anyway there. I think I'm going to dump the storage room, you guys. I don't think the storage room is worth it. I'm going to sell this and instead get another crew cabin instead. I need more people to juggle people around like this. I think it's going to be better off to do that because I'm micromanaging the janitor a lot anyway. It's not saving me any micromanagement. It just if they changed the game to where the janitor would respond to things earlier, let's say instead of waiting until it's like completely depleted and destroyed before you repair it, maybe you wait until it's 50% down before you respond to it. I think that would be a significant improvement because otherwise it's just like they're all going to go bad at once and then everyone gets a negative experience. You want to kind of manage them before people get negative experiences. So ultimately, I think this is where we have now. So I have the elevators and then I've got extra room. And that's what I'm trying to get is extra room so that I could get the fitness center and stuff later. So that's what we have going on right now. And I'm actually curious whether or not that fitness center is going to fit right here. That would be kind of cool. And because there's a lot of elevators here, it would make sense to get the pub on this floor because there's a lot of people moving between these two, but there's also a lot of people that are going to be coming from here. These are where all the people's cabins are, right? So a lot of people are going to be in this area. And, you know, if these guys want to go to the pub, they're going to come down here and then walk. And likewise, people wanting to come from here up, you know, the only thing I have as a problem here is I don't have 2 elevators for the diner, right? That would be the only way to improve this, would be to do this. I'm just, I feel like it's going to be, honestly, I feel like it's going to be necessary. We'll just do it. Because again, waiting sucks. We don't want people waiting. Okay, so that's our new cruise ship, right? We've got 2 elevators side by side. This collectively takes up less space than stairs do, at least by half a staircase. It's also a little cleaner. It's in straight lines and everything. People like straight lines, right? You guys all like straight lines. Now, I realize this is slightly off center and it might trigger some of you, but I mean, we have this little corridor here anyway, so that's the way everything spaces out. I can't do anything about that unless I make that hallway be at the very end, which might make more sense just because it's less walking space, right? We need our crew to have to walk less distance to respond to things, so probably this is better. And as much as I would love to do so, which I can't, as much as I would love to change the color of these 2 rooms, I can't do it. The game does not provide me with a way to... Oh, it does! Never mind, it does! I just happened to look down next to this and saw this like gear sprocket thing, and I'm like, hey, wait a minute. Oh, it does cost money though. It's $100 to change the color. We can change different variations and stuff. Yeah, I forgot about that. Like, I don't know how I forget these things, but I just do. Like, I've already done this before, and I just, you know. Well, I'll go ahead and do that. All right, so now we've got the green deck, blue deck, and red deck up here, okay? And the red deck is fancy deck. I'm not entirely sure how it's fancy, because the rooms are the same quality. I could upgrade them, but I'm trying to save money for that fitness room. So we got $3,400 remaining. I think that's a pretty good amount. And I'm looking forward to kind of seeing how this cruise ship works better in terms of people getting around. I think we'll take a short trip to Monaco first to test that. It's not that short. We actually go with zigzag instead of going around straight line. I guess, whatever. It's 741 nautical miles. And there's crew to hire here. There's not many. There's only 3. So you might want to look elsewhere to get this. But if I can get like Natasha right here, right? 90. That's good. Their skills are pretty good. Severin here has really good skills, actually. He's pretty, like, he's already a level 4 and on gastronomy and everything. So I think I'm all right with that too. We'll hire 2 extra people here. Sorry, Suzanne, you're gonna have to wait. But by doing this, it's gonna be way easier to manage people because, again, the janitor, it isn't as automated as I would like it to be honest. To sell 17 tickets, can we do that without advertising? Can I? It does trigger in, good. Okay, so 100%. Our goal is 3-star. Difficulty is low. That's a good thing for us. We're not going to buy any provisions because they're very expensive here. And our ship is now using 10 fuel per second, supposedly. All right. So, obviously, like, provisions are very expensive. So let's set sail, see how well the elevators do. Because, again, in elevators, a lot more waiting around versus stairs. And so I need to make sure there's multiple options for them. All right, so let's make sure our staff can teleport to destination. We have 2 new people, so let's have Severin start as a cook. We're gonna have Severin and Natasha both start as a cook, although Natasha has pretty decent organizational skills. She could be another good contender for, becoming, like, swapping back and forth with captaincy and stuff. Karen, you're on the bridge already, and you're in good shape for that. Your organization's 5, you're good. Stefano is gonna be our bartender. Pierre is going to be a bartender. Cassandra, you're going to be waiting around because I'm going to swap you out later. Nah, actually, we'll put you on cook for now. I was going to have you be a secondary cook, but that's okay. Antoinette is my captaincy swapper, so she's got to be in the diner. And then Peter, we can put you in a level 4 service as well. We'll put you here as well. So that's everybody. That's every station is manned. Okay. Which gives me Natasha, Diana, and Walter. No, it's probably Enrique then. That's on engineering right now then. Yeah. Engineering for Enrique is fine. I think I'd rather have Walter there though. We'll have Enrique ready to go for servers. Okay. Staff. Teleport. Go. Poof. Really? Okay, I was going to say, there's no way I'm waiting for that stupid elevator. Speaking of waiting for the elevator, they do have timers above their head when they're waiting for the elevator too. That's interesting. And they're also all using only one of them. I'm hoping that they use 2 because if they don't, then that's a waste of money. We could also spread the elevators out so that there's 3 on this side and then 3 more on this side just to let them kind of get up and around in different locations. So it may not be a waste. It just might be... I don't know. I just want to see them use both of them. What I'd like to see, but I'm patrolling. Okay. So what I'd like to see for the 3 that are sitting around doing nothing at the moment, which is a good thing because we want to be able to move around. Like this guy needs toilet paper. Diana, spring to life. All right. Now, this would be the part where I would love my staff to be on multiple floors because dealing with elevators, right? I'd love my staff to be on multiple floors, but that's not possible unless I keep them busy. So we're going to say that all these rooms are clean now. I love it. I have nothing to manage. They're all clean. Does it just happen when I move them around? Is that why they're clean? Because if that's a hack, I can get behind that. That sounds great. Let's get Enrique on this floor. Look at everybody in here. We're gonna have to do some apologizing soon. That's the thing that can pop up. You can ask you to apologize to the guests. Not sure for what, bad service or something. Probably, I don't know, but maybe apologize for your wait, that kind of thing. Because like some of these timers are getting up there, right? They do get kind of reset once you serve them, but I just wish they all wouldn't go to one room and then leave the pub like basically unattended. But the good news is, as soon as this many guests is done, in here. Okay, so I do want to see again. Are they waiting for different elevators? Okay. Because, like, you could be calling other elevators, right? I feel like the elevator... yeah, I mean, I might need to go around a little bit. Here's what I want. Here's what I like to do. I want to test something, okay? So I want to test and see if this works still. So what I want to do is I want to go like this and send patrol, okay? And we'll send Diana to a patrol to this room. I want to see if she stops and grabs this dirt when I send her to patrol this room. Because that, again, I'm trying to figure out what they were telling me earlier about staff catching rooms on their way back. So if I send a patrol to this room, she comes in and cleans this. You see? So she does see it on the way. That's good. Diana's already on this floor, so bring this guy toilet paper. So you could, if you have multiple messes and your beds are getting destroyed and things like that, you could send them on a patrol to the farthest away room, and then they will identify problems on their way back from that room. And that's one way to do it, but it only works. I don't think it actually works because of the janitor. I think it works just by sending people there manually, right? So let's have Severin. We're going to swap some people out here. Cassandra, I'm going to unassign you. Severin's unassigned, and then we're going to get 2 new people in for the cook. So we'll have you be a cook, and Diana could be a cook. All right, so swap you guys out. 2 new people doing things. Very good. I think now might be an okay time to switch Antoinette. Now that she's done serving that person, I'm going to have Antoinette switch to captaincy. Right, like that. That'll give them a nice swap when they're not busy. And Karen can go in and be a server. All right, cool. So yeah, anyway, that's how that can work. So there is a way to do it. You just have to kind of know the process of sending, like who to send and where. You know what? Having Severin come all the way up here seems really stupid. Let's just have Karen do it. She's right here. Severin can come up and do something else, but Karen will go get this guy toilet paper. It's not a big deal. Severin can come up here. You can come up and, yeah, up here, do this. And then I can send another person. Enrique can go to this room, and then Cassandra can go to this room. So all 3 of them are going to the top rooms. This is the opposite of what I said I wanted to do before. Oh, we got somebody tired down here. Actually, instead of having you do that, why don't we have Cassandra, you swap out for the bartender. Bar's getting pretty busy, so I want to have some people that are really good at it on patrol there. I didn't even notice how far into the cruise we were. So I don't think we achieved our goals. No, definitely didn't achieve the happiness goals. I think this changes, though. Once we get, again, the fitness room or other services, people want to have different services. And if you check out each guest, they each have their own desires. And if you meet those desires, then you get higher ratings, right? That's what it's all about. So, again, we don't need to buy any more provisions or any more fuel. I get to just go cruise after cruise after cruise without buying things. We're all the way up in this area now, and I am interested in the gym is 24,000, right? So it's just unattainable. I think we'll get the fitness room instead. I'm not entirely sure what the difference is between a gym and a fitness room, but we'll go ahead and do that. Are there any... And then the extra staff we have, right? They'll probably have to staff the fitness room too, right? So it's good to have the extra cabins and everything. So the storage room, I think maybe was just a bad idea overall. It can't fit here anymore anyway, so... what we'd probably do is have more. I can't determine what crew cabin they stay at anyway, so we'll just put those at the bottom. And then this gives me room, right, for additional rooms up here. So what I think I kind of want to do is to have one of those larger rooms. There are large rooms available here too. We have like the large cabin. It's 4,500, and they're slightly bigger, you can see, than the other ones. And it looks like 2 of them will fit right here. Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay, so here's what we'll do. We'll say... No, we won't say that. We'll say that the red rooms can come over here. Though I don't know if they can all fit over here. So that's probably not going to all fit. I'll put this one down here, and then you can come over to here. So now we have red rooms. And this is good because they're all on the same floor, right? We want that. We want them to all be on the same floor. And then there's a little gap between this room and this forward part here. But now we can have enough room for the large rooms. And I'm hoping, again, that this leads to VIPs. And so I think we'll go with the red again here. I'm not entirely sure about the different designs. So I guess we'll just pop one there. Oh, yeah, they're much bigger. And they're blue. I'll have to pay to replace that. Or I just suck it up and say that they're blue. I kind of like the bed being on this side more than this one. Yeah. Doesn't look like it's gonna let me alter the color. So color changes are more expensive than decor changes. Okay. Well, just have two of these rooms are fine, and they have different decorations. That's okay with me. So we have room now for 21. Oh, okay. So this is like a couples thing. There's room for two each of these, right? Is that how that works? Because I had 19, and now I have more. Okay, cool. 21 people could be on here. Which again, just like more ticket sales and more services, cool. But without having more room in the ship to put extra things, we can't. And that's why I'm saving money, because we're gonna end up getting the fitness room in the medium ship, right? So we're gonna upgrade the ship when we do that too. Okay, so I'm not entirely sure that the elevator situation is working out quite the way I imagined, but it's okay. We're gonna play this out. So I think maybe we go to Barcelona. It's a fairly easy one. We can get a bonus. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like that pay is really horrible though. Like, yeah, it's easier, but it's also bad. I think we're going back to Cagliari. Yeah. And then we're selling tickets. 100% of this ticket price sale again. Do we get to 21 with 100%? We do. Okay. All right, good. So that's a lot of people. We're not going to buy any resources. This stuff is still expensive. Although I will say that the Monaco doesn't have that bad in resource costs for provisions, and I'm not entirely sure whether we're going to be using more provisions than usual here. So maybe I'll just pick up like a couple, just to kind of give us a little bit of extra, because I'd really rather not go to Athens until I need to, and we're going to have to go to we have one location to go to before Athens, so. Let's set sail here, and again, it's pretty straightforward, same kind of cruise, although I am interested to see how the larger rooms plays into our workflow, because again, we have larger rooms now, and I'm not sure if they're worth it. They look like they're about a room and a half, but perhaps they do cater to 2 occupants. It looks like 4 passengers as opposed to 2. So it is actually better to have the larger rooms than it is to have the smaller ones. You can cater to more passengers because with less space. So there is actually room for 4 here, which is peculiar because there's only one bed. Maybe there's like a pull-out couch kind of thing, but either way, it's fine. We at least know how it is now. Do we have all the positions managed? It does look indeed like we do. And how about the people who are in those positions? Are they okay? Are they getting close to, their limits already anyway? It looks like maybe Peter should be swapped out in the diner. I'll swap Peter out in the diner. Say Peter, well, I mean, he's not urgent, unlike the fire. There's a fire over here. We'll just have somebody go to it. I'm not entirely sure who can reach it, but you see, there's a staircase to the 2nd floor, so that's fine. We'll have Stefano do this really quick. Somebody go do that. We do see that multiple elevators are being used. So this one's going down, this one's on its way up. So we might see that being okay in the end. And then we need somebody to come over and clean this dirt too. Enrique can go ahead and do that. Stefano should have this fire under control. Let's highlight where our staff is. The highlighting is actually pretty useful, knowing exactly where your people are. Not a second fire, is it? It's just kind of getting out of control. Like he basically has like an aerosol can to put out the fire. It's a really small fire extinguisher, that's for sure. Okay, so we got a little bit of couple stars of happiness there, and we're starting to see that that fuel thing is still starting to happen again. We used 18,000 units of fuel on a relatively short cruise there. So it's starting to happen again. So you have to like reload the game, everything to avoid that. So that's probably what I'm going to do right now. But we're going to go to the cruise planner. We're in a very expensive port right now, so we definitely don't want to buy anything. I'm thinking with 7,200, I just don't have enough to really make a difference here. So I kind of want to go to Monaco and then back to Messina from there. So if I go back to Monaco, I get that, and then again, it's like a lot of miles, and then I can come to Messina, grab this, and then go to Athens. But it only works if I don't use a ton of fuel, and I'm not confident in the fuel situation. So I feel like it might be in my best interest to tag Messina, go to Athens, then Antalya, and then back to Athens. We get the large cabin over here. It's a gender-neutral bathroom, and the large version of the upgrade is there too. Maybe we just go straight to the large one. I don't know. Haven't decided yet, but I think I will, just for the sake of fuel. Again, I don't know. Like, I've legit had 40,000 units of fuel between Barcelona and Athens before, and it was like, what the hell was that? And no, I don't want to do that anymore. This is a really long cruise. Could be worth some money, but I think going straight to Athens to make sure we get our fuel, and then maybe Antalya from there. So because if we do this, then we do a cruise. It's very short, very easy, 66 a ticket. Use a little bit of provisions, buy some more, and then get Athens, buy that, go to Antalya, come back, buy more fuel, and then head to Monaco or something. I don't know. There's a lot of different things I could do. Let me just do a couple of quick routes through here, just to kind of zigzag around, and I'll be right back. And as I was recording this, right before this cut, actually, I went ahead to reboot the game, to fix the bug. And there's an update that just hit right as I was doing that. And so Steam just updated my game, and the fuel hotfix just got fixed. And there's another thing that they've just added to the game along with that fuel hotfix. So I don't know if it's fixed yet, but we'll see. They've added this to the goals. There's an advertised length that also lists the time in real-time minutes. Perfect. Now I can relate something in my interface to how much fuel I'm going to consume. And if that is the case, then I bought a lot of fuel because 72 minutes of fuel is what it says I have, and this long cruise would only be 16 minutes. I don't know about that. We'll see. I mean, maybe it's a little different. I don't know, but like 4 minutes, right? So it's like we can do a quick test on this. Actually, it'd be very quick to do the test. So let's go to Messina really quick, and we'll see whether or not the amount of time, 4 minutes, whether this drops by 4 minutes. Okay, we could try that. So just to be sure. As far as the building of the cruise ship goes, I could technically get more people, but I think I've kind of reached my limit here and the number of people that I can have on this cruise ship, because we're already bogging down services to the point where I can't provide adequate service. There's too many people in those buildings at one time. So I need a third service so that I can have people more spread out, have guests using more services at once. I think that's something that just has to happen. So we're going to hold off on buying anything and hiring anybody or anything like that. We're just going to sell tickets right now. And we're going to head over to Messina really quick and see whether or not this drops by 4 minutes or not. Okay? So no rooms to hit here. Let's go ahead and set sail. Okay, dokie. So everybody should be on a job because I haven't actually, I haven't needed to swap anybody or anything. So they all should just teleport to their jobs. But you can see the problem is everybody just really quickly gets to the pub because it's like right there, right? But then you have some people who will wait to get to the diner, and because they have to use the elevators and stuff to get there. And they all pretty much use one elevator, which is fine. All right, so again, we want to see whether or not the fuel consumption is so much more reasonable. Oh my gosh, that's so much more reasonable. I know maybe you look back at other videos or something, but that seems like that's going down a lot slower than it did. Maybe it's a placebo effect. It probably is a placebo, to be honest. Let's maybe not judge it too quickly here. We'll have Peter go and clean this floor. I forget who I sent to the other one. Natasha probably to clean that one. These rooms, I'm noticing they don't deteriorate quite as quickly, and that might be placebo too. But I don't think they're going quite as quickly. have a couple people go to this floor, actually. Again, we want to just see whether or not this short cruise results in... results in better results. Results in better results, that's what I said. Also, your crew now respond faster to things you tell them to do. So before, crew would be walking to these various different locations to do their jobs, but now crew will always run to a job I tell them to do, even if it's fixing a bed. So this should make the process of getting things clean. Ooh, which one are you? Pierre. I have Pierre and Peter. I shouldn't have done this at the same time. Yeah, Pierre is here. Peter's right here. Yeah. So they'll be able to get things done a lot faster because they'll be running to jobs that you tell them to do. I think that's a really good addition to the game. I mean, it certainly takes away the realism maybe aspect of it because it's not urgent, but at the same time, the micromanagement was already just way too high. So I like that they're going to... I really need to stop having Pierre and Peter next to each other. It's messing me up. I need that to not be a thing anymore. There's also a thing up here. I'm going to have Natasha come up and do that. Pierre and Peter are probably going to get swapped to other jobs too. The busier these guys are and the more work they're doing, like the faster you got to swap them out. So I wouldn't be surprised to see, some yellows over here. So let's say Pierre, since you're down here already, I'm going to have you replace Cassandra. So Pierre is going to replace Cassandra. Pierre, go relieve Cassandra. And then Peter, you're going to come up and clean this. Natasha should already be on that. Very good. While you're up here, Natasha, you might as well give the room a quick once-over. It's not much, but it's something, since you're up here already. And that's it. Very nice. So it's a real quick goal. So let's see how that affected the minutes of fuel. That was 3,700 units of fuel. You got a pretty high reputation for that. You get a lot better on the reputation and a money bonus big time when you get over the goal. So if you don't think you can hit the goal on a cruise, it's actually more beneficial. I found from running, I've ran every single combination of cruise in the game so far, and I found that it's better for you to hit the goal than it is for you to get more money on the ticket. And if it's a longer cruise, that's okay. But if the dollar amount, let's say Dubrovnik here, this is a really easy thing, like really easy cruise, and the goal is pretty modest at 2.5 stars. So this one is a good one to do, right? See, down to 67 minutes. That's not bad. I mean, we did have a captain swap, I think, in that cruise. I might have swapped captains, I don't remember. But that's fairly close to what it would have been, right? It's about 5 minutes, so okay. This one's 6 minutes worth of fuel, so we'll be down to 61 minutes, right? So this is better. I think it's finally fixed. But it's better. What I mean is to hit the goal than it is to go and do something that's like really, really difficult and to not get the goal, right? So I think probably I can go to Dubrovnik here instead. I'm going to grab some provisions because we're in Messina, so it's all very cheap. So let's just grab like 2,000. It'll be a bit excessive here. Let's grab 1,000 in provisions while we're here. And then we'll head to... I think I was going to head to Antalya, but I'm seeing the difficulty and everything, and I think I actually would like to redirect here first. We'll go to Dubrovnik first. There is a gym up there. I kind of want to see what the gender-neutral bathroom is. Like, do I put that in just anywhere on any floor, and then maybe that will help with things? So I kind of want to see what that's about, and whether it's very big or not. Because if it's a really big thing, then okay. But the thing is, I don't know the difference or the reason to have the bathroom. I guess it's so that people don't have to go all the way to their bedrooms to get that. You can see that this one's good. I don't think there's any reason to pay for room repairs when I have this many people, spare crew available. But I'm open to like shifting some of these rooms, maybe down to the lower level or something, so that I can get like another bathroom or something. Or maybe I slide these crew quarters over. I could do that too. I slide these over like this, and then the gender neutral bathroom could be here, which would be really close to the pub, so they could go to the pub, and then when you got to break the seal, there's your bathroom, right? All right, I think this is good. We'll sell the tickets, and we'll go and do this cruise too. Okay, I'll see you guys in a second. Look at this drunk passenger. This guy wants a casino, an indoor swimming pool, and an outdoor swimming pool. Why do you need 2 swimming pools, dude? Why do you need 2 of them, huh? Guy wants a club, a casino. There's a lot of extra rooms in this game that I just have not gotten to yet. You got to get your reputation up before you can even see the venues and the places where they are existing. However, look, fitness room. That's something that we could potentially provide, right? Very soon. This one wants a fitness room too, right? So these are the kinds of things where we're going to get our rating up by having these. And you want to get these stars next to the things that they desire, right? And you have these guests, or all sorts of different guests want all sorts of different things. So again, just having more rooms available, more services available is always going to be good. It's always going to be the best. And in fact, it'll actually help improve services in other places too, because they won't get so bogged down with too many people. Hello, fire. Oh, wow, it's in the bridge. Well, Antoinette's here to put it out. And while she's doing that, we're going to be using a ton more fuel. So that'll happen. Yeah. So like now our fuel is ticking down real quick. Now go back to your station quickly. All right, good. All right, so cruise is done. I don't remember. I didn't check. No, we didn't quite get the goal. So we're consistently not hitting the goal, and I think that's okay for now. It's not like we're failing, or it's not like we're going to lose the game or anything for this. We have an average rating here, and so that's going to give us a bonus $500. Again, once we get that new service, I think everything gets fixed up. So we have 17,000 now. This is the perfect time, I think, to go back to Athens. Because again, we can get, well, the thing is, I need a bigger ship before I can get the fitness room. Yeah, I still need a bigger ship. So maybe I'll go over here, take this 10-minute cruise. That should be all right. I could actually go all the way to Barcelona. It's a very difficult cruise, it says, but 16 minutes of fuel. No, I want to get that other service. I need a new service, right? This is taking too long. We'll go to Antalya here. I think this is probably good. 13 minutes of fuel. So much better to have that listed there so I don't have to guess. Otherwise, I'm always going to buy so much more fuel than I need. We're good on provisions. We're good on pretty much everything. I think maybe since we're going to be getting a bigger boat anyway, why don't we go ahead and we'll just save it. Yeah, just save the money. It's fine. Tickets. Tickets, please. Tickets. Take the 100% ticket price, 21 guests, and we're not going to bother with resources because they're expensive here. Yep. So we just go. I'll see you guys in a second. And I'll tell you what, I don't know about guest happiness, but this ship is running like a well-oiled machine. All right, we got really good beds, every room. All right, we've been taking care of everything. Having this many people has been a really big help. Because I could just send people to multiple rooms at a time, right? And that's been like really awesome to just look at things and say, hey, how about all of you guys collectively work together and just do all these things that need done, yeah? And they just do it, and it's great. Definitely better to having 3 spare people than it is having no spare people, or 1 spare person assigned as a janitor that you still have to micromanage. So definitely good here. We're about to wrap up this cruise. We're at 31,700, no, 800. I don't think we're going to get any goals here, but we have unlocked a new harbor, and there is a restaurant as well as an LS. A different kind of available ship at that port as well. Provisions don't seem to be any cheaper than anywhere else we already have, so not going to necessarily bother with purchasing anything at there. So we're in Antalya now, and you can see SL is here. So let's just take a quick look at what that costs. If we wanted to get the large version, it is apparently 65,000. Assuming that the price is accurate here, it's 65,000. Okay, sure, yeah, whatever, fine. There's the Helen. I'm not sure, but that looks like a much bigger ship. So we're gonna go for the medium Sammy. I think that's a good upgrade for us. Eventually, we're not gonna do that here, of course. We're gonna do that in a different place. So collectively, I need about 21 grand to get the medium-sized ship upgrade, and then I also need another 13.5 to get the fitness room. So we're still not there yet. I still need to basically just stockpile my money as long as I can. I was considering going here. It does look like I can manage that. It's a lot of money. Should be very difficult to do, but we'll sell a lot of provisions on the way, and we'll probably be nearly out of provisions. And then at that point, we will then just go to Messina to get the provisions. And then at that point, we'll be very low on fuel. So then we'll go to Athens to stock up on fuel. And hopefully at that point, we'll also have a ton of money. So that'll be my new route. That's 16 minutes. Should have more than enough there to do that. Let's go ahead and wrap the tickets. 100%, no advertising. Everybody wants to go to that other cool port. So there we go. And we should be ready to rock and roll now with, again, 38,000 in the bank after the ticket sales. There's not really a huge need to purchase anything here, provisions-wise or elsewise. But the gender-neutral bathroom is here. So just real quick. Whoops. Whatever, we'll get it later. I don't think it'll make that big of a difference, to be honest. All right, I'll see you guys after that cruise. Okay, so I'm also noticing something else that just happened. I wanted to bring it to your attention, or bring it to my own attention, I guess. Somewhere along the way in this video, between the last cruise and this one, I don't remember doing anything. I showed you guys the screen the entire time. I've lost Enrique. He's gone. He doesn't exist anymore. Which is a problem because I was going to swap him out with Walter. That was my good swap position. But Enrique was my awesome server, and he's just like not available anymore. And so I looked up, and there's 10 crew. So he is actually gone. And that's concerning. I didn't realize crew could leave. I thought they were with me forever. So clearly crew rotation is something we are going to have to do. Enrique decided he wanted to stay at that port. That's unfortunate, to say the very least. That's unfortunate. The bartenders are probably going to start getting worked pretty hard here in a second. I have a couple of these guys that could be swapped out. So I'm thinking we're going to swap Antoinette out, and we're going to bring Antoinette up to take, well, eventually it's going to be Karen. So I think for now we'll go ahead and have Severin unassigned, and Antoinette will take Diana's spot. So Antoinette, go and take one of the cook positions. It doesn't have to be Diana's spot. Just take one of the cook positions. There we go. So we're going to move you around. Now we need another server, and that's going to be... it could be Natasha. Yeah, Pierre. Pierre's better at it. Pierre's much better at it. We'll have Pierre become bartender for the rest of the cruise. And this server position, that can be swapped out and replaced with Natasha. All right, so everybody's got a position now. The captain is tired. That's why we're bringing Antoinette up. And as soon as Antoinette comes to the top, I think that's her right there. Yep. As soon as she comes up to the top here, we're going to swap her out. So now she's here. And so what I want to do is I want to take Antoinette and make her captain. There you go. Very, very quick. Right by the bridge. And now Karen can go in and do things. Now, Karen doesn't have great gastronomy. She's a much better server. So it might be a good idea for me to swap somebody who is better at this. Stefano is much better at it, but he needs to be unassigned soon. I would take Severin and put Severin in Stefano's place. Yeah, I would actually swap. Here's what I'll do. I'll swap Karen and Stefano. Yeah. Karen will go and take Stefano's cooking position. Karen take... Sorry, server position. Karen takes server position. All right. And that opens up a cooking position that Diana can now take because Diana's a better cook. There we go. All right. Now I'm done. For the rest of the cruise, this is where people are going to be, I think, for the rest of the cruise. Should be pretty straightforward. Walter is going to start getting tired, but yeah, all right. I probably should swap Walter too, because he's got, his engineering, and that was what Enrique was going to do. My rotation has always been Enrique like that, but that can't happen anymore, and so that's unfortunate. What about Peter? Peter's a good one. I like Peter for this, actually. Let's take Peter down to fix this. Now, it doesn't really need fixed, but it gets him to run down here, right? And that way there's less downtime for engineering. There we go. So he gets to run all the way down here, and he'll just fix that a little bit, and then Peter will swap into engineering. All right. That takes care of that, and then Walter can come back up and be a server or a cook. I don't think Walter's a very good cook. He's okay. He's not the greatest cook, though. Stefano would be a better suit for that. So that's going to be our crew for the rest of the trip. And then I'll just have Walter and them guys do their rounds on these beds and stuff. So, okay. See you guys at port. Okay, used about 45 or so-ish percent of our fuel. The goal was 4 stars, which was kind of unattainable, to be honest, but our reputation soars up to 759 points from that really long cruise. We earned over 10 grand heading out this way, which is pretty nice. So we're back at Cagliari again. Same destinations over and over, but it's necessary. You got to do it. Okay, now we're going to hit to Messina because we used a lot of provisions. So we're going to go to Messina, then Athens, and at that point, we should have enough to upgrade the size of our ship as well as getting a fitness room in there, and then we can start looking at other types of rooms to get in there. So we're going to go to Messina first. It's 4 minutes of fuel. It should be more than enough. We have a lot more fuel to go with there. And then I could also maybe get some extra crew or like one extra guest on here maybe because, again, we're going to have bigger ship soon. And one of the ways to do that, I think, is just to go ahead and sell that room and that room. All right, and we'll say this room and this room. Both of those rooms are sold. Okay, and then we will replace them with the large cabins, which I can't do here at this destination, you stupid idiot, because they're only available in certain destinations. Isn't that great? I totally forgot about that. Why do I forget about these things constantly? So in Athens, I can't even see what the other ones offer, but it's okay. I've only reduced us by 4 passengers. No big deal, right? It should actually make it easier to manage everything as we go, though. Fine, whatever. Anyway, sell the tickets. And let's get out of here. I'll go to Messina first, get that, then go to Athens, and then I'll touch back with you guys there. So there's a really easy cruises. And obviously, we're not getting great ratings, but it's just building up the money so that I can get the services that can now get great ratings. So I'll be right back. Okay, actually, it's not that big of a deal that we lost people or that we that I messed up the rooms and stuff. So we have less passengers, but look at this. Again! They left again. There's only 9 crew. I haven't fired anyone. So clearly they leave, and I don't know exactly how I can indicate when they're going to leave, but I can't just stay with the same crew all the time because now I only have 1 extra person. So it becomes a thing. People will leave. They check out. I'm not entirely sure exactly when it happens and how to tell when it's going to happen for a specific person because I don't see any indicators on that in their character sheets, their crew sheets and stuff. So maybe they just decide to get off at the port, you know, at wherever they want, I guess. I don't know. You just have to notice that before you leave. I'm sure it probably is telling me when that happens. I'm just not seeing it. That's pretty common. I'm somebody, if you've been around this channel long enough, you know I definitely miss tooltips all the time. I'll definitely miss text on the screen. You can't assume I'm gonna read it, especially if it's small. But I guess the good news is I still have an adequate number of crew. I didn't leave short-handed anyway, so at least there's that. But yeah, and it's a relatively short cruise, right? We just stopped at Messina. I bought a bunch of provisions, so we're up to 3,500 provisions now. So I just stocked up on Messina, and then we have we're going to Athens right now to upgrade the ship, of course. We're up to $58,000, nearly $59,000. If we can achieve a bonus here, that'd be great. But that might be challenging to do. Might be a little bit weird. Let me just go ahead and clean that room with Walter really quick, and then I'm gonna have him go over here, and then I want him to be my engineer because Walter is the best engineer, so I want him to be in here. And I'm really hoping Walter doesn't leave me, but I mean, I guess I don't know. I mean, he might just go away. There we go. Swap him in. Walter's my engineer now, and I want to come up and do I have Antoinette still? No. Natasha is here. That's the new girl. I think Antoinette's gone now too. Is that the second person that left? That actually might be the person that just left. No, Antoinette's already on the bridge. Oh, maybe it was Karen. Karen's gone. Karen's gone. My captain swap. Oh, and she's really, really tired too. My captain swapper. I gotta find a new captain swapper. It's gonna have to be Natasha. She's got 3 organizations. Natasha, go relieve the captain, please. Oh my goodness. So yeah, it's good that I'm learning these on really short cruises instead of like leaving for one that's 2.5 days long or something, and only to find out that I've got only one spare person. That's not great. You don't want to see that. Let's see. Not Iris. Peter. Here he is. Peter, come up here and clean the dirt, please. And we're pulling into port right now, so that dirt's just gonna have to stay there and persist. But maybe the dirt will go away when we get a new boat. Maybe that'll happen. It does appear as though we achieved greater than the goal. That was the point, and so we should get an extra 1,500 bucks. There it is. Awesome. Okay, so wrapping the video up. I did say I wanted progress, and I think this counts as progress. We started in a certain condition. Very soon had an update to the game that definitely balanced out the fuel situation, because I was really like, wow, all my money has to go to fuel in order to get around, and no, that's not exactly the way it was intended to be. And now we have access to the fitness room and the medium ship. So let's go ahead and get this. Now watch my money here. This is definitely not 15 grand, unless of course this was changed in the update too. That might be the case, but 61,415. Change this down. It is now 38,915. That is definitely not 15,000, okay? But now we have a much bigger ship, all right? Does it look bigger? I think it does. Got more room on this side. We got a whole new floor over here, and we got a whole bunch of extra space for more rooms. And that means we have more room for activities, like a fitness room, which we can totally put in here. And I want to put, oh yeah, right there. Yes, the fitness room is in there. Now people can use this in addition to other places. So I think now what I want to do is, of course, we want to move. We're up to, it says we have 11 crew members. Wait a minute. What's going on here? Are we just leaving them at shore or something? No, we definitely have 9. Yeah, 11 out of 12 is what it says here, but I only have 9. So it's like something's going on here. I don't know, man. Maybe this is a new bug introduced where people just leave. I don't know. I have no idea. Anyway, go back to build mode. So I want to see. I still think the diner should be at the very top. I like that swap with the captain, but we clearly need to have the elevators moving up, and it looks like I can actually shift the elevator a little bit. So maybe I'll put the fitness center on this side. I can shift the elevator a little bit closer on this side. Yeah. Like that. Do something like this. And then I don't know if I need the bar to be at the very bottom. Move this up. Move this room up. Move this pub up. And then I need stairs though. If I'm gonna move the pub up, I need stairs. So yeah, we're gonna unless I adjust where the elevators are, that's the only thing. I could get rid of, wait. Okay, large cabins are not available here, so we're gonna have to make do with the cabins we have, okay? So hold up. We're gonna move all the way over with these crew rooms. And the reason why these are red is because you can't reach them from these stairs. So you need to be able to reach them from these stairs. And so the only thing I can really realistically think of is just keeping the pub at the very bottom. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Keep the pub at the very bottom, and then let's say we go. Yeah, like I can't do another elevator here, right? So the only way to do this is with stairs. So I guess for the time being, we're gonna be a little bit. We're gonna go like this on the elevators, just so that everybody can access every floor. And I think I'm actually going to change it to where it's like this. So there's going to be more interchangeability between, more interchangeableness between these rooms. I think this is also longer too. So there's much more space on this side of it too. So this is definitely a bigger boat. There's lots more space. I still have 25 grand. I just don't have access to the rooms that I can use, right? Like I have a fitness room, but now I can go and say, for example, go over and get the gym, or go get a restaurant, or get, anything else, right? I can get the storage room now, for example, and I don't know what I want to do with that, but yeah, so there's definitely a lot of stuff to do. And then I can also now go in and also upgrade the bigger cabins that we have. Make these a little bit better too if I want to. I'm not going to bother upgrading the lower ones anymore. I don't think that's a good idea. However, I could upgrade the diner to make that a little bit better, upgrade the pub to make that a little bit better, upgrade the fitness room, make that a little bit better. So just like making things better. I don't know exactly how it makes it better, but it makes it better. Okay, so that's it. So I need to go to another location that has more service buildings, and then I can add those to our larger cruise ship, which is going to use more fuel. But now that fuel is rebalanced, I feel much better about that. Resources. Speaking of fuel rebalancing, let's get 60 grand in fuel. Yes, that way I don't have to come back here. Okay, so now we can float around the ocean with 3 different services. We can only have enough space now for 17 people instead of 21, and now it's finally showing 9 out of 12 crew members. So now there's definitely is something going on, and yeah, you lose people over time. That's just what happens. So it looks like people are maybe becoming a little bit better. Paula here has great organizational skills and good safety, good engineering. She's a pretty good candidate for swapping with our captains and stuff, but she doesn't have good skills in other ways. Now I'm curious, the fitness room does require 2 workers. We're gonna need more crew cabins. And it looks like safety, organization, and service. The service is a thing, but organization and safety is a big thing. So I think Paul is going to be a good candidate for that. Organization is the same thing as the captain is using, but it doesn't utilize engineering. So there's that too. Gunter has really good high efficiency. I'm not entirely sure what that one's going to do for me. Not yet anyway. But again, there's usages for all these other ones, right? Barbara Lemon. Hey, Barbara. All right, we're going to hire Barbara. Got every time I see the name Barbara, I go Aussie on it for some reason. It's movies and TV shows. Barbara. Anyway, there's that. And then I think is it Jean? I don't know. Very high price though, man. Gosh, look at how much he's spending. How did I have to spend on that guy? I mean, he's got good skills, but that's a really expensive dude. I'm going to get Paula instead. And then that's 11 out of 12. That is technically enough, but we're still we only have 1 spare person. And I really like the idea of having 2. But I think I'm going to wait and hire that extra person at the next port, because I think I can handle 1 extra person for now, since I don't have any additional crew cabins. Passenger cabins. But when we go to our next destination, I can buy additional big rooms. And so I'm thinking I'm going to go probably to Monaco. Yeah, Monaco has a large cabin. Now there's also here, we could go to Dubrovnik instead. They have the large cabins as well. Also the gender neutral bathroom. This one has the gym, but this one also has the gym. So, and then this one has the large cabin. So I think actually Dubrovnik is probably the better place to go if I'm looking to get a new service building, which I probably won't be able to afford at this point, but I can at least get additional cabins, and then maybe go off somewhere else. So maybe we look at that. Maybe instead we go someplace where I can get a good reputation boost and potentially unlock some of the other ones. We have 6609 as reputation, and 6609. I guess we're not that close to unlocking a new one. Closest one we're unlocking is this one. So maybe I'll go back to Cagliari here. That would be okay. 11 minutes of fuel, that's fine. And then Monaco from there, can pick up from there. I'd rather pick up another elevator. Now, I think I'd rather pick up extra cabins in Monaco. Yeah. I think we'll go to Monaco first. 15 minutes of fuel, long cruise. I would go here. I could grab the large cabin right-sided. I'll grab like 3 or 4 of those. Replace my small cabins with with these because that's less things to manage, right? If I can have the same number of guests but manage less beds, that makes it way easier. And eventually I could then go into the storage room and then set the patrol route, and then maybe it is set it and forget it. Possibly, I don't know. But from here, we could then come back down to here, possibly grab the restaurant. We'll see how much it costs. I don't know. But then, you know, we just want to get new stuff. Okay. Maybe by the time I get to these two, the reputation will be high enough to where I can unlock whatever this is. So that's going to be, we're going to go to Monaco first. It's a big cruise. It's very expensive, very difficult to get this, but with the fitness room now being a thing, maybe it'll be more doable. I don't know. $320 for the price of the ticket. There's also an all-inclusive ticket as well. I'm not entirely sure at what point they start buying this, but we'll see. I haven't sold any all-inclusive tickets yet as far as I know. So we'll go ahead and do this at 17 people. So that's gonna be where we go from here. So 14,000 left. I really don't want to keep coming back to Athens very often. So I am gonna actually buy 30,000 more fuel here. That gives me to almost 100,000 fuel. I might as well just round that up, right? Let's just get like another, I don't know. Let's get to 100,000. Okay, there you go. 100,000 fuel. And we have 126 minutes. So I can definitely cruise around a little bit in my bigger ship and make more money and get more guests, okay? That's going to do it for today, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you. I hope you guys will continue showing the series love, and if you do, I'll continue making videos, okay? There you go. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.